on the ground.
You
Hey.
ain't finna put me on the ground, bitch. I'm pregnant. You put me on the ground. That's what. Nope, not anymore. Why? Why would I?
I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood.
Cops end their day with Insuffering. Karen arrested. Have you ever witnessed a routine police shift spiral into a chaotic scene because of one uncooperative individual? In this case, things take a wild turn when officers are forced to subdue a belligerent woman who's anything but cooperative. This woman thought she could get away with everything. But karma has a funny way of showing up, especially when you least expect it. And while her night ends in handcuffs, the next story gets even wilder. It all went down on the night of November 19th, 2023. Police were dispatched to a domestic disturbance involving a husband and wife. What started as a night of casual drinking turned into a full-blown nightmare. According to the initial reports, the woman later identified as the primary aggressor lost control after consuming alcohol and turned the evening into chaos. The drama began in the car. On their way home from a bar, the woman, clearly intoxicated and agitated, began hitting her husband multiple times while he was still driving. But the violence didn't stop there. Once they arrived home, the situation escalated further. She reportedly lashed out again, this time breaking a door and smashing a lamp in the process. The husband later told police that she struck him in the face and scratched his arm during the outburst. In a moment of desperation, the woman tried to call her father for help, but couldn't get through. Faced with a volatile situation and rising aggression, the husband made the difficult call to bring in law enforcement.
On the way home, she got a little more aggravated. There was some contact in the car.
Okay. Do you want to explain it?
Do I want to explain it?
Yeah.
She was just irate about some stuff.
Okay.
And so she struck me in the car when we were driving.
Okay.
Trying to jump out of the vehicle. I'm like, do not jump out of the vehicle. We got home. I said, listen, you call your parents, come pick you up. Slammed the door multiple times in the garage, which is now broken.
Okay.
Broke a lamp in the bedroom. Struck me a couple times. I tried to basically calm her down.
Okay. Where she hit you at?
Well, she hit me in the face, but scratched my arm.
Okay.
Scratched my forearm.
And that's all?
Yeah, that's yeah. And then
When officers arrived, they found the woman visibly emotional and sporting a swollen lip. She claimed that things had gotten more heated than usual that night and blamed some of her injuries on hitting the dashboard after her husband suddenly hit the brakes. It was clear this wasn't their first argument, but tonight had crossed a serious line.
I didn't know he could.
Okay, so what's going on?
It's any of this.
Okay. All right, so were you guys out tonight?
Yeah, we were out and we
Okay.
had a few drinks. And
Okay.
sometimes I think it's a little crazy. He
Okay.
hit me more than usual tonight.
Okay.
And I have like a little fat lip, which, you know, happens.
Okay.
yeah, I think she just got her lips done. She gets cosmetics done, but the bang on the lip is from when I hit the.
Is everything cool out here and go in my house, or?
I hit the brakes when she smacked me in the face, and then she hit the dashboard.
Oh, so when you hit the brakes,
She did not have her seatbelt on.
okay. So she's
She
hitting you when
just-
you hit the brakes,
she
and then
just-
she.
Police interviewed both sides to piece together what really happened. The husband, though reluctant to press charges, described a relationship filled with arguments that had only intensified under the influence of alcohol. He confirmed that she had become physically aggressive and had destroyed parts of their home in a drunken rage. Despite her attempts to downplay the incident, the facts were clear. The woman eventually admitted to hitting her husband and damaging property. That confession, along with visible injuries in the state of the home, was enough for officers to act.
I called the police only because she was.
So in the
irate.
state of Florida,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if you want to press charges.
Okay.
You're married.
it happens
And-
automatically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
she
all of
struck
this
me a couple
happened.
times. I probably pushed her down. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm incomplicit.
Okay.
It's. He's. I don't want anything to matter.
I know.
He just. I don't. He. We got like in a worse fight than usual tonight, and that's it.
He just hit me here, which is fine, but it's like it's a little more than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And could you hold this side for me? Why you say it's a little bit more than usual?
It's a little bit more than I'm used to.
Okay. So how many times did he strike you?
3 or 4. I don't know.
How did he hit you in your mouth?
Maybe like this.
And
Like this.
And it hit you, your lip and your...
Yeah,
and
like
what happened?
this.
How'd you get that mark, if you don't mind me asking? So you never hit him at all?
Hit him?
Yeah, have you ever touched him, striked him, punched him, kicked him?
No,
Or anything?
I maybe screamed.
Just screamed?
Hit him? You know what would happen if I hit him?
She was arrested on charges of domestic battery, and while she insisted this wasn't typical of her behavior, that the night's events had pushed her past her limits, her pleas didn't stop the arrest. The law doesn't take domestic violence lightly even when one party doesn't want to press charges. Once the evidence is there, the process moves forward with or without consent.
Just turn around for me. I'm gonna walk you out.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
So it's gonna be you're getting arrested for domestic battery. All right?
This is good too. Women, again. It's good.
Excuse me, could you lean back for me, please?
Absolutely.
You have a total of 5 rings.
And I'm sitting here. This is awesome.
Charges, it'll be domestic battery.
Against me?
Yes, ma'am.
And I have a fat lip, and I was just beat in my closet?
In Florida, domestic battery is classified under Chapter 741, Section 741 TT 228 of the Florida statutes, which defines it as any intentional touching or striking of a family or household member against their will or intentionally causing bodily harm to such a person. This section categorizes domestic violence as any act of violence perpetrated by one family or household member against another. Domestic battery is classified as a misdemeanor of the first degree with potential penalties including up to 1 year in county jail probation and/or a fine of up to $1,000. Offenders may also be required to attend a batterer's intervention program. Let's dive into a bizarre encounter that ends with officers wrestling a 250-pound tourist at the end of their shift. It all started on March 18, 2021. A woman freshly arrived for what was supposed to be a relaxing vacation ended up indulging a bit too heavily in alcohol. After catching up with a friend and downing drink after drink, her behavior spiraled out of control. Alarmed, her husband contacted authorities for help, hoping to de-escalate the situation. Instead, things got worse. By the time police arrived, the woman was in the hotel lobby clearly intoxicated and causing a disruptive scene. The husband informed them that she was not just drunk but becoming increasingly unmanageable. Officers attempted to calm her and assist her back to her room, but she wasn't having any of it.
Take it off her
I was
dumb.
upstairs sleeping.
Take it off.
Yeah, she had the stroke.
Or
Just flew
down.
right.
You just flew in.
Take it off her
Yeah, we
dumb.
literally landed at 10:30.
What are you guys gonna do?
She went out with her friend and
Take it off her dumb.
never seen nothing like this.
From there, the situation escalated quickly. The woman outright refused to cooperate, resisting every attempt the officers made to gain control. Weighing approximately 250 pounds, she became physically combative, refusing to stand or move, making it nearly impossible to get her into the patrol car. What followed was a drawn-out struggle that pushed the officers physically and mentally.
What is her deal? Is she cuffed?
She's cuffed.
Yeah. What is
No.
what is the problem? Are you okay?
No.
I am okay, yeah.
I'm okay.
All right, Tara. We're gonna stand you up and you're gonna get in my police car. Let's go.
No, not anymore.
I don't know if somebody else called. I'm not sure. Somebody else might have called.
You gotta get your day.
But it came to us that you were attacked.
No, I'm on a detail here. I asked them if they've had any rescue since we've been doing the detail for a week, and they said no.
Nope, not anymore. Why would I?
I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood.
Alright, I would.
You stand up?
Are you gonna comply or no?
No, I would already. It's okay. Hey, I want
Tara, are you gonna stand up or no?
Take it off.
No.
Take it off.
Thank you.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Kevin?
You got that one?
Yep.
Oh my God.
On the first car start. Got her?
Oh my God.
You good?
I'm good.
Let me unlock it.
Despite their use of multiple restraint techniques, none of which were aggressive or excessive, the officers were forced to physically lift and position her into the vehicle. All the while, she lashed out verbally screaming, resisting and creating a scene that could have easily gone viral.
How am I supposed to get you in this car? Yeah, I'm telling you to stand up.
Do this.
Stand up for me real quick.
I don't want to.
Stand up.
I don't want to.
Stand up. You got that one, Chris?
Yep. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
I'm pretty sure I wish my now. Kevin, make my
You're gonna
now.
Tara, you're about to get
Make my
serious.
now better.
We're gonna have to pull it.
I want to say.
Her husband didn't stay silent either. Visibly upset, he claimed that his wife may have been drugged, implying that her behavior wasn't entirely voluntary. He also criticized the officers, claiming they lacked empathy and failed to treat the situation with care. His concerns reflected a common tension. Where does firm policing end and compassion begin?
I'm just saying.
Can I have her ID, please?
I thought it was kind of rude you said that to me when it's very well possible she might have gotten drugged.
Oh, is that it? You mean to tell me my sarcasm is not welcome and you watch me just pick your wife up and have to drag her into my car? Are you being serious right now?
Yeah. We just flew here.
Can I have her
Once
ID?
again, your
One more time?
sarcasm is not welcome.
2 drinks.
I mean, absolutely, because it's very well possible she got drugged, and you're not even looking at that as a possibility. Instead, you're telling me how unwelcome we are here in Florida.
Now the aftermath begins. Following the arrest, the woman faces a string of legal consequences. Charges are expected to include public intoxication, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. What was supposed to be a simple night of vacation fun now turns into a legal headache with court dates ahead and a potential criminal record on the line. In Florida, specific statutes outline the penalties for offenses related to the incident. Under Florida statutes, paragraph 856.011, public intoxication. Being intoxicated in public is considered a second-degree misdemeanor. Penalties for this offense may include a fine up to $500 imprisonment for up to 60 days or both. Additionally, offenders may be required to complete community service or substance abuse counseling. According to Florida statutes, paragraph 803, disorderly conduct. Disorderly conduct is classified as a second-degree misdemeanor with penalties that can include a fine up to $500 imprisonment for up to 60 days or both. The court may also impose additional requirements such as anger management classes or community service depending on the nature and impact of the conduct. Moreover, as per Florida statutes, paragraph 843.02, resisting arrest without violence is a first-degree misdemeanor. Penalties can include a fine up to $1,000 imprisonment for up to 1 year or both. The court may also impose probation and require the offender to comply with conditions such as attending counseling or performing community service. Now let's move on to a case where things spiral completely out of control, yes, even more than before. A pregnant woman loses it on police officers right after attacking her own sister. All right. The date was October 15, 2021, when officers were called in to respond to a volatile domestic disturbance between two sisters. But this wasn't just any family dispute. This one escalated into a full-on confrontation that quickly turned physical. At the center of it all, a pregnant woman identified as the primary aggressor. It all started early in the morning with tempers already flaring. The woman had sent a series of aggressive text messages to her sister filled with threats and an open invitation to fight. That wasn't just talk. By the time police arrived, things had already gotten physical. But dealing with the initial fight was just the beginning. When officers attempted to intervene and restore order, they were met with something else entirely: hostility. The woman was not just combative toward her sister, but also openly defiant toward law enforcement. She refused to listen, refused to cooperate, and made sure everyone in the area knew she was not backing down.
Early this morning, she was like, "I want to fight you." And I said, "Why is that?" She was like, "On 7 Head, you better not come to my house," or whatever that is, I guess the apartment complex. And I said, "Girl, ain't nobody worried about you." And she said, "Yes, beat your mother ass, bitch." And I said, "Good luck." And she said, "Sleep safe." I said, so then she sent me a picture of her mugshot, let me know she's ready to go back to jail. And I said, "Find something productive to do. If that's what makes you happy, do it." And she said, and I told her I always sleep good. And she sent me the question mark.
So I see there's an issue between you and your sister.
Nah, it ain't no issue. I don't like her ass. She ain't shit.
Do you have any clothes?
No, I don't. I'm in the middle of taking me a bath. Okay. And her ass, dirty ass, trying to take up for a bitch. Keep talking about the police on me.
Hey, let's go
when
back
they
inside.
leave, hey, so much to say.
You need to relax.
Don't be.
Go back.
No, I'm not going inside. I don't have to go inside. What the I did? These ass bitches called the police, and I don't like this shit.
What followed was a display of pure resistance. She hurled insults at the officers, challenged them verbally, and even refused to dress appropriately when asked. Instead of calming down, she kept escalating, arguing that she had the right to do whatever she pleased.
Right.
You got.
Excuse me?
10-4, just stand by for a minute.
Excuse me? You don't tell me when to come outside, when not to come outside.
Listen.
Excuse me, don't touch me, because you don't have no reason to touch me.
You need to find some clothes.
Okay, I'm coming outside like this because you knocked on my door.
There's a lot going on right now with you and your sister.
I understand that, sir. They ain't have
There's
nothing
no
to do
reason
with me
for
and
what you
her,
got
but
going
that
on.
bitch shouldn't have got her ass in it talking about she want what I got.
Okay.
Don't put your ass in no shit you ain't got nothing to do with. Because that's personal family affairs, and the bitch ain't have nothing to do with that.
Listen to me.
Get the out. No, the out. Get the out. Get the
You're on the ground.
You are under arrest.
No, for what?
You're under arrest.
For
at this
what?
point.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
what?
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You ain't finna put me on the ground. Bitch, I'm pregnant. You put me on the ground. That's what. Y'all. All right.
You looking?
All right, bitch. I swear to God, when I call my lawyer, y'all ass gonna be fucked.
When the officers attempted to place her under arrest, the real struggle began. She physically resisted and during the altercation ended up hitting her head after being forcibly removed from the porch. The officers, now dealing with both a combative suspect and a potential medical concern, had to act carefully but decisively. Considering her pregnancy, EMS was immediately called in. Medical professionals checked her condition to ensure there were no serious injuries or health risks to the unborn child. Only after she was medically cleared did officers proceed to transport her to the county jail.
Come out straight.
So y'all gonna put me on the ground like this? So y'all gonna put me on the ground like this? Y'all gonna put me on the ground like this? I swear to God.
It's precautionary. 1015 is advising she was. Hey, she says she's pregnant. EMS is en route. We're gonna roll her towards me, sit her up, help her up.
And I just got out of surgery. Get the fuck off me.
Okay, I'm gonna roll you towards me and we're gonna help you sit up. You understand?
You shouldn't be helping me do a motherfucking thing, because your ass shouldn't put me down here. And these motherfucking cuffs too tight. Give me my motherfucking shoes. Give me my shoes.
Take a seat for us and we'll get
Give my motherfucking shoes. Get my shit.
Have a seat.
Stop snapping this bitch!
Have a seat.
The final result: 2 criminal charges. Domestic battery for physically assaulting her sister and resisting arrest stemming from her blatant refusal to comply and the forceful confrontation that followed. It's a disturbing case that highlights how quickly things can escalate even within families and how the presence of law enforcement doesn't always guarantee immediate resolution. In this instance, the officers were faced with the difficult task of managing a dangerous situation involving not just violence, but a vulnerable suspect whose behavior put everyone, herself included, at risk. All right, fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your support.